Hi there. Today, I'm excited to show you how you can use Lollms with Novita AI bindings to learn, play, code, and pretty much do anything you need, all without ever leaving the Lollms ecosystem. It's like having your own AI-powered Swiss Army knife. They offer access to a wide range of open-source LLMs, including cutting-edge models like DeepSeek, QWQ, Llama, Mistral, and more. But that's not all, they also provide text-to-image and text-to-video services, which integrate seamlessly with Lollms. It's like having a creative studio and a coding lab all in one place. Now, here's the cool part. Novita AI was kind enough to give me a free balance to build these bindings into Lollms. Big shout out to them for that. So, how does it work? Just like with any other API binding in Lollms, it's super straightforward. 1. Install the binding. 2. Set your API key. 3. Select the binding. 4. Choose your model. And boom, you're ready to roll. Whether you're coding, creating art, or just experimenting, the possibilities are endless. So, let's dive in and see what we can do with this powerful combo. Ready? Let's go! First, let's select Novita AI as our text-to-video and text-to-image services. In Settings page, go to Services Zoo and select Novita AI's bindings for TTI and TTV. Each service has configurations. If you are familiar with Stable Diffusion or Flux, these parameters will seem familiar. I let you play with that. Here we are using the Flux engine as I find it more suitable for building the kind of games we are going to vibe code. Let's vibe code an asteroid game. Here we activate the game asset generator in the function calls menu, and the AI will start by building the assets one by one. The process is pleasant. We don't need to look deeply at the code itself. We just give instructions. We may have to modify a character or two as AI still sometimes make errors, but most of what we are going to do is 100% AI made. The assets are all made by Lollms via the TTI engine, in this case Novita AI TTI binding. Okay, here we have the spaceship. We can validate it or ask for another one. Let's accept it and carry on building the asteroid. Okay, the asteroid looks okay. Let's ask it to build the game in Pygame. Okay, it is assuming that the assets are placed in a subfolder called Assets. In fact, the function calls build the files in the discussion folder, so no need to use the Assets subfolder thing. Let's ask it to fix that. Oh, I asked it to build the game before he finishes building all assets. No problem. We can still ask to build the bullet asset and the game will be ready to be played. Okay, now that we have a bullet, we can finally start playing. We just press the play button on the last code version. Okay, it looks like it loaded our spaceship. The game seems to respond. Let's test it a bit. Okay, there are some issues to fix. We need to remove the background and add a scoring system. Oops. We found an error. No problem, just copy and paste the error and it will fix it. This is how vibe coding works. When we have errors, just ask the AI to fix it. Yay! The game loads, and we have a score. Clearly the magenta color was not removed, but that's not a big problem, we can deal with it later. In Lollms, the integration of assets generation along with coding allows the AI to have complete control over the game. We are agile and we can change anything whenever we need. Oops. It looks like the asteroids are hitting us, but nothing happens. Asteroid must destroy the ship. Let's add a life system and make the ship immune to asteroids for a while after it was hit. Okay, here we go again. It looks like we no longer hit the asteroids, but the life system is working fine. In vibe coding, we keep cool. Just ask DeepSeek to fix his mistake and chill out. Okay, here we go. The game is working, with a score system and a life system. With all the function calls in Lollms, you can actually do more than just generating the assets. In this video we are focusing on this aspect because we are building a game, but function calls allows gathering more information from different sources, do actions like interacting with GitHub etc. I'll make a video about that later. While all this is not new in Lollms, the new thing is that with function calls, we can add those powers to any personality, making the possibilities endless. Now let's manually fix the transparency problem. We can press the folder button to show us our discussion folder that contains all generated assets including the code and the images. We can use paint.net to remove the background using the magic wand. Let's do that for all assets. Here we go. A fully working game with transparency on. The game is kinda boring since the asteroids don't get destroyed when touched with the bullet. Let's add an asset of a shattered asteroid and use that in the game. Okay, that works, but the asteroids are overlapping and they are not disappearing after explosion. No problem. Back to DeepSeek. Alright, now they explode and disappear, but it is slow and the asteroids are overlapping. Let's ask for fix. Okay, they are exploding then disappearing, and when they hit each other they explode but they stuck into the screen and block all coming asteroids. Let's ask it to fix that too. The game code is starting to become big. But we still built it in a fairly short time, and we did even generate the assets for it, so we don't complain. Let's play a bit. The quality of coding depends highly on the model quality. We can play around with testing many models, and we can even use multiple models in the same discussion to allow them to collaborate and get the best from them. With Lollms, we can access multiple services at once, and the personality becomes an agent with access to any tool that you can give it. You can also build your own tools if you need to. It is starting to be playable. The asteroids explode when hit by a bullet, and when they hit each other, they have different speeds, etc. But how about adding power-ups? Because, why not? So the idea is to add power-ups that we can gather over time, and they have a temporary effect. For example, a triple bullets power-up allows us to shoot triple bullets for a limited time. Here the AI created 2 new assets, one for the power-up, the star, and one for the 3 bullets. Let's wait till we catch a star and see if it works. Yay, it does work. We can carry on enhancing the game and adding more assets over time. We can also add audio effects, as Lollms has text-to-music, TTM, capabilities. Unfortunately, Novita AI doesn't provide a text-to-music service yet. And since we want to show how to use a single service provider for all the app, let's keep this for a future video, more about Lollms and less about Novita AI specific bindings. As you can see, we can go on enhancing our game nearly with zero code. But this is still not to the point where you can be 100% ignorant of what coding is, as sometimes the AI makes a simple small mistake that you can manually fix, like forgetting a comma or a double quotes. So if you know what you are doing, it is very easy to fix. But if you don't know how to code, you may stuck there forever. Before we wrap, let's add a game menu, a leaderboard, and a game over interface. This should make our application more appealing. Looks great, doesn't it? Our asteroid shooter game is now fully functional and ready to be tested. This is a perfect example of how vibe coding can revolutionize the way we approach development and creativity. Vibe coding is all about thinking at a high level, focusing on the big picture, and letting the AI handle the heavy lifting. It's not just about games. This approach can be applied to virtually any domain. Whether you're building web apps, finance tools, mobile applications, or even complex robotics systems, vibe coding allows you to streamline your workflow and achieve results faster than ever before. But it doesn't stop there. The power of Lollms extends far beyond coding. Imagine using it for deep research, diving into complex topics and extracting insights in seconds. Or leveraging it for clever writing, crafting compelling narratives, technical documentation, or even poetry. You can use it to create stunning art, generate game assets, or design immersive worlds. It's a tool for inspiration, helping you brainstorm ideas, solve problems, and explore new possibilities. And of course, it's an incredible resource for learning, breaking down complex concepts into digestible, easy-to-understand explanations. The beauty of Lollms is that it's like having a personal genie at your fingertips. It's your best friend, your creative partner, and your problem-solving companion, all rolled into one. Unlike the genie from the lamp, Lollms doesn't need to be freed or granted wishes. Its sole purpose is to serve you, to empower you, and to help you bring your ideas to life. But with great power comes great responsibility. Lollms is a tool that's designed to amplify your potential, but it's up to you to use it wisely. Whether you're building games, exploring the cosmos, or pushing the boundaries of robotics, Lollms is here to make your journey smoother, faster, and more enjoyable. So, what will you create next? The only limit is your imagination. Alright, let's tackle this step by step. First, we'll address the transparency issue to ensure that our game assets blend seamlessly into the background. This is crucial for creating a polished and professional look. Next, we'll introduce randomized asteroid sizes to add variety and unpredictability to the gameplay. This will make the game more dynamic and engaging for players. To increase the challenge, we'll reduce the size of the bullets. This will require players to be more precise and strategic in their shooting, adding an extra layer of difficulty and excitement. But we're not stopping there. To make the game even more competitive and rewarding, we'll add a leaderboard system. When a player loses, they'll have the opportunity to input their name and see how they rank against others. This feature will not only encourage replayability but also foster a sense of achievement and friendly competition among players. By implementing these changes, we're not just fixing issues, we're enhancing the overall experience, making the game more immersive, challenging, and fun. Let's get to work and bring these improvements to life. Yay, all our improvements are now implemented. Isn't that cool? The game is looking sharper, more challenging, and more engaging than ever. But as we celebrate these updates, let's take a moment to reflect on the future of coding and the broader implications of AI in our lives. The rise of AI, like Lollms, is transforming the way we approach coding and problem solving. Tools like vibe coding are making it easier than ever to build complex systems, automate tasks, and bring ideas to life. But with this power comes a critical question: what happens to our skills if we rely too heavily on AI? There's a risk of losing too much if we stop coding manually. Coding isn't just about writing lines of text, it's a mental workout that sharpens our logic, creativity, and problem-solving abilities. If we let AI do all the heavy lifting, we risk falling into a state of brain obesity, or our cognitive muscles atrophy from lack of use. That's why it's essential to treat coding as a brain sport. Even if we don't need to code manually in the age of AI, we should do it to keep our minds agile and strong. Think of it like going to the gym. You don't lift weights because you need to carry heavy objects every day, but because it keeps you fit and healthy. Similarly, coding manually, whether it's debugging, optimizing, or experimenting, keeps our brains in peak condition. The future of coding isn't about replacing human effort, it's about augmenting it. AI can handle the repetitive, time-consuming tasks, freeing us to focus on the creative, strategic, and innovative aspects of development. But we must strike a balance. Use AI as a tool to amplify your potential, but don't let it replace the mental exercise that keeps you sharp. So, as we continue to build and innovate, let's remember to keep our brains muscled. Embrace AI, but don't forget to flex those cognitive skills. After all, the future belongs to those who can think critically, adapt quickly, and create boldly. Our game is looking fantastic. The asteroid sizes are now randomized, adding a dynamic and unpredictable element to the gameplay, and the leaderboard is fully functional, allowing players to input their names and compete for the top spot. However, we've hit a small snag. The error we're seeing is caused by a legacy JSON file from the previous version of the game. This file was created before we implemented the name input feature, and it's now causing a conflict with the new system. To fix this, we simply need to remove the old JSON file so the new leaderboard system can work seamlessly. This is a great example of why understanding the underlying mechanics of your code is so important. As you can see here, I was able to diagnose and fix the issue quickly because I knew what was happening behind the scenes. If you weren't familiar with the codebase or the existence of this JSON file, you might have struggled to identify the problem. Even the AI could get stuck in a loop, trying to debug the issue without realizing that the culprit was a hidden file lurking in the game folder. This ties back to the idea of brain sport that we discussed earlier. While AI tools like Lollms are incredibly powerful and can handle a lot of the heavy lifting, they're not a substitute for human intuition and understanding. Knowing how your systems work, being able to trace errors, and having the ability to think critically are skills that keep your brain sharp and your projects running smoothly. So, as we continue to build and improve our game, let's remember to balance automation with manual effort. Use AI to streamline your workflow, but don't forget to exercise your cognitive muscles by diving into the details and understanding the code. This way, you'll not only create better projects but also keep your mind agile and ready for any challenge. Okay, now let's make an intro video for our game. Now this will use Novita AI generation engine. The engine I have configured here is Hunyuan Video Fast, which allows building few seconds of consistent video. As you can see, we've crafted an epic intro scene for our game, setting the tone for an immersive and exciting experience. What's even more impressive is that this entire scene was built using Lollms TTV, text-to-video, capabilities. This feature allows us to generate high-quality video content directly from text prompts, making it easier than ever to bring our creative visions to life. The beauty of working with Lollms is that we can refine this scene or any other aspect of the game with consecutive prompts. The AI will iteratively upgrade the assets until they're exactly what we envision. This iterative process ensures that every detail is polished and aligned with our creative goals. As always, all the assets generated during our discussion are automatically stored in the current discussion folder, making it easy to keep track of everything. We can seamlessly integrate these assets into the game. But before we do that, I'd like to show you another powerful utility of Lollms, GitHub repository management. If you have a GitHub account, here's how you can leverage Lollms to streamline your workflow. Generate a GitHub API key with the appropriate access rights to allow Lollms to create new repositories and update existing ones. Activate the repo management function call in Lollms and configure it with your API key and GitHub account name. Activate the create_readme.md function call to automatically generate a README file for your project. Simply ask Lollms to create a new repository and push your code there. This means you can work entirely within Lollms without needing to switch to another IDE. It's a seamless, all-in-one solution for coding, asset generation, and version control. For your information, in this example, I've already configured the function calls to use my credentials, so make sure you do the same for your setup. Additionally, the Python files generated by Lollms sometimes have auto-generated names, so you may need to rename them before pushing to GitHub. I've already taken care of that off-screen in this demonstration. This workflow not only saves time but also highlights how Lollms can act as your ultimate coding companion, handling everything from asset creation to version control. It's a testament to the power of AI in modern development and how it can elevate your productivity to new heights. Don't forget, keep curious. Curiosity is the fuel that drives innovation, creativity, and discovery. It's what pushes us to explore new ideas, solve complex problems, and create something truly remarkable. In this video, we've learned so much together. We've seen how Lollms can transform the way we approach coding, game development, and creative projects. From vibe coding to GitHub repository management, and even TTV, text-to-video, capabilities, Lollms has proven to be an indispensable tool in our toolkit. We've also discussed the future of coding and the importance of brain sport. While AI can handle many tasks, it's crucial to keep our cognitive muscles active by diving into the details, understanding the mechanics, and thinking critically. This balance between automation and manual effort ensures that we remain sharp, adaptable, and innovative. Remember, the journey of learning and creating is never-ending. Every project, every challenge, and every mistake is an opportunity to grow and improve. So, whether you're building games, exploring the cosmos, or pushing the boundaries of AI, stay curious, stay creative, and keep pushing forward. Thanks for watching, and remember, the only limit is your imagination. See ya!